Well, hey kids, it's me, David, back for another kids talk. Your leaders are still on holidays. Can you believe that? Oh man, how good would it be to be on holidays for... Oh, hang on, you are too. Man, what a good life you lead. Now, if you remember, 2 weeks ago, God made everything, including you and me. Then last week, Joe told us about the snakes. Not all snakes are bad, it turns out. Some are, like the one who took Adam and Eve and caused them to forget about listening to God's good word. But there's also some good snakes, like the one that reminds us of how Jesus came to save. Now, do you know what happened next after Adam and Eve disobeyed God? Well, what happened next was God kicked them out of the Garden of Eden. I know. He kicked them out of that amazing place where they could just be with God all the time. How good does that sound? Except that we can't go back, right? Because God made sure that they couldn't get back in. Do you know how he did it? When he kicked them out of the Garden of Eden, he put a massive, whopping, great big angel. The Bible tells us that he was standing there to guard the way so they couldn't come back and eat from the tree of life. And he put a massive, flaming, gyrating sword in the way. That made me wonder, what does a flaming sword look like? What does a sword that's on fire look like? Hey, there's a sword. Do you want to see what it looks like when it's on fire? I do. Do you want to? I think we should check it out. Now, let me be very, very clear. Don't try this at home, okay? Don't try it. I'm a trained professional. Well, at least I'm a responsible adult. All right, stop laughing, grown-ups. I have been doing this since I was about your age. Look, I've got safety glasses on, okay? I'm going to put some gloves on to make sure that I'm very safe. Let's see what a flaming sword looks like, shall we? Now, I'm just going to blur out how I create the flame for the sake of those playing along at home, right? So that the kiddies don't get too many ideas. But let's see if this looks like any sort of fun, hey? Here we go. Oh, am I gonna, here we go. You ready, set, and... Woo! Check that out, eh? Oh, we don't get much of the sword, do we? What about if we come from this way? Let's see what a flaming sword looks like. You ready? Woohoo! There you go. Right. Remember, don't try this at home, kids, unless you have a grown-up. Let's do it one more time, just because that was quite fun. You ready? Here we go. Wow, what an amazing flaming sword that was. A little bit of smoke. He put that flaming sword in the way, which meant that we could never go back. Ah, but you guys are smart, aren't you? You remember what happens at the end. You remember that Jesus came so that not only do we get to go back to somewhere that's as good as the Garden of Eden, we get to go back to somewhere that's even better. We get to go to God's new home. At the end of the Bible in Revelation, it's a city, greater and bigger and stronger. And the best news in the Bible is that God is the one who does everything we need to be there. You remember Jesus? He's the one who dies because we deserve to, so he dies in our place, so that when we trust him, all our sin, all our wrongdoing, all our rejection of God is taken away. And we can know for sure that even that big flaming sword can't stop us from being in heaven with God. You know what? I couldn't think of a song about big flaming swords, unfortunately, but I do know a song about how big and how strong and how mighty and how powerful God is, and I reckon we should sing that song now. Do you know it? It has some actions. I find it a little bit difficult to do actions and play the guitar at the same time. If you can do it, let me know. I'd love to see that skill. But it goes like this. My God is so big. And we go one big muscle. My God is so big, so strong. We got the other big muscle. And so mighty, there's nothing, right? We got a bit of this going on. My God is so big, so strong, and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. Let's try it. My God is so big, so strong, and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. That's true. He really is that big. There's nothing. He can even get us back into right relationship with Him. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. That's true. Do you remember week 1? What belongs to Him? The mountains are His, the valleys are His, the stars are His handiwork too. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. That's true. Hey, isn't that a great, great, great reminder? Our God is so big and so strong and so powerful that He can do anything, even get us past a flaming sword. Hey, do you want me to make it flame again? Just one more time, because it's fun? Yeah? I reckon we should. Here we go. Glasses on. Got to make sure you stay safe. Let's keep the secret magic ingredients out of sight once again. Are you ready for the flaming sword? Here it comes. Woo! Wow, that's amazing. All right, see you later, everyone.